No, yes, sir means is my voice clear? Very low still. It's clear now. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the comments. Yeah, I got it. So HTML basics, we will be seeing the head. So actually, this I'm just overthrowing the links, overthrowing the tags that we have, and after that we will open a web page, and also we will see how it is utilized in it. Okay, so there will be for every HTML page, there will be a HTML tag followed mostly we will have a head tag. So actually in our any HTML or a web page content, there will be a head tag, there will be a body tag and there will be a footer tag. In head tag, what we will do will we will mostly add the title section, the meta, and if you have any links, that is, if you have a page like CSS page that is there, we will be linking it, or if we have any style sheets which is there, link means we are linking to a CSS page which is in another page, not in the same page. In style, if we go, we are linking to the thing which is at the same page, right? So we are having the CSS at the same page means we will go with the style. Then we have a script session. The script session will not be in the header. So actually one point here, when we are discussing about an HTML web page, where we should place the CSS and where should we place the JavaScript. If you take CSS, CSS should be placed at the top because it is the most designing part, right? When it is the designing part, it should not change your designing, or it should not your design should not get scattered or dispersed when it is loading. It should open with a beautiful design at the spot itself, otherwise we will be skipping it. But when you go for JavaScript, what is a JavaScript? JavaScript is a client script, right? Its execution happens at the desktop. In these cases, what you have to do, this has to be written at the footer. Why do we need to write it at the footer? Because if there is a huge content of JavaScript there, it will get time to let loaded. And if the time is getting delayed also, there is no issue because the design is not getting disturbed. The page remains the same. Only there's additional functionality. What usually we do in JavaScript, what we will do? On click event, say for example we are taking some states or some countries, on based on the country we are giving the next set of thing like this. If we go, then we will be using JavaScript, or if we are going for some kind of animations, then also we will be using this thing, right? So that is will be there. So that's we saw. Next is a body content. In body content, we place whatever that is should be displayed in the web page. So web page content, everything will be in the body. Usually we will have. In body, actually, we will be having subdivisions, right? What kind of subdivisions will be there? Maybe the body will be containing some say contact us page, about us page, or for example services, like that we will be displaying it, we will be splitting it into multiple and we will be using it. So that will be the right. Next one is H1. H1 is nothing but the heading tag. Usually, what we do, we go for a bold tag. Bold tag means it will just give a bold. Instead of it, if you go for H1, H2, there will be the different sizes of text that is getting displayed. Don't worry, we have a page also designed for explaining this. Just I am giving a short introduction so that when we discuss that, you will get a. Then there comes a P. P means the paragraph tag which is there, and followed by an anchor paragraph. If you write any paragraphs, how it should start, how it should end, so from which to which you are considering is a paragraph, so those things comes into the picture. Then we have an anchor symbol. Then we, if you want, anchor symbol is usually used for what we do for hyperlink. So for example, if you want to navigate from one page to another, so in those cases you can use an hyperlink. So for that you will be using. Then comes image tag. Image tag usually used for displaying the pictures, right? That is there. Then bullets and numbering, right? That is one point we have. So there are two types: ordered list and unordered list. In order list, it will be bulleted. That is UL, it will be bulleted. OL means you will get numbers. Then we have a division. Why do we have this divisions? Most frequently we go with the division because we can see how this works. Each division, say for example, we are splitting into a head part, we are splitting into a footer part. So like that, if we have a division, we can apply a CSS onto it so that it can be easily designed easily, or it can be easily made as a subtask so that it can be used. So that is what we will be at. Then we have span. So span usually used for also the designing purpose. Then we have it is actually a container. A division or the same way as we use a division, we can go with the span also. And then comes a break. If you want to go for a next line, you go for a break, which will break the line to the next line. Next, we have a HR, which is nothing but a straight line, which will be there. Then we have a table tags. Usually, if you want to display anything into columns and rows, means then we go for a table tag. In table tag, every row which should start with a TR, and TD means table definition and TH means table heading. The difference between TD and TH is when you go for a TH, it will automatically center the text and it will bold it. If you go for TD, it will just keep the text. You need to center it or do any changes that you need, right? So then comes the form. So in form, so what you will do in a form is, say for example, if you want to get a input from the user, when you got to get a input from a user, then you have to use a form, right? There is no other go in an HTML page to get an input. In form, there will be different elements like input type. What is it? It will be text, checkbox, or radio buttons, or this. So text normally we'll get a text box. What is the difference between a checkbox and a radio button? Checkbox will appear in a square format, and what will it happen is it will be in a checkbox. You can go for multiple selection. Radio button you can choose any one only. So that will be the difference between a checkbox and a radio button. So then we have a text area. Say for example, if you need to write a large amount of content like large amount of content like an address or something like that, then we can do for it, right? Next we have a button. So button usually we use it for a submit thing, then we will go for a button. Then we have a label. Say for example, if you have a form element, in that form element, if you are keeping something in bit, you need to name that form element, right? So in those case, what is the text box naming you have? Then we will go for this label elements. Then we have a select button also. So select option is nothing but a drop down. Say for example, you want to give a choice to a particular person, saying that what is your choice or what is the menu list or something like that. Then he has to pick it. Then we go for a select. In select, we have options. Select comes along with an option. So that is there with it. Now I will take a page and explain you in detail for us. So I'll just open a page. I have kept some already page content ready, right? So I'll first open the page also. Yeah. So this is something a page which is not having any design or something like that. We are just exploring what it will be doing. See here, you have a H1 tag which is welcome to this sample page. So can you see this? Welcome to my sample page. Say for example, this is nothing but the heading tag which we have, which starts with the highest. This is the highest, and we have up to H6, which is the lowest. So I don't go with H6, I'll go with H3 to demonstrate how it displays for you also. So I'm just giving here as H3. I'm saving this and just I am refreshing it. So you can see that there is a H1 and there is a H2 content also showing here, which you will be seeing. So that is how we use it. And here we have a picture. When we go for some pictures and we are using it, what is the size? What will be the image tag? So after this, we have a paragraph tag. Paragraph tag is nothing but we are displaying the content. So automatically it aligns that in a paragraph. So if there are multiple lines in aligning, when you give a paragraph tab, what is the advantage? Say for example, you want to justify it, align. So you want to just text align equal to justify, text is align equal to left align, right align. Those things you can wait for a paragraph. So that way it helps you. In image, you can give a image and display it. And this is an alternate. So I'm just discussing the basic concept. There are much more to be discussed, but within a short duration, the most important things that is needed for our today is that is what we are trying to give here, right? So, say for example, I give a image. I'll take a slide. one.jpg. So this picture is there with me. So if you see, if the picture is not available, you can see that that is not showing it. And here you get a sample image, right? Where that it comes from? Alternate sample image. Say for example, if this picture sample slide one.jpg is not available in the system, or it is not able to take that page, what it will do? It will show this content like sample image. What is it? Say for example, if the image is not getting displayed, it we will be using this to demonstrate what was the content here, what is the width of it, what is the height of it. It comes here. So I have saved it. Now when I refresh it, you can get a content. So we get the page. So you can increase the height of it or width of it as well as you need it. Say for example, I am just changing it to width 400. So see, that's it, just gets expanded like this. So you can do something like this. Then it comes an ordered list and unordered list. So this is nothing but bullets and numbering. It is an unordered list. You can see in unordered list, you will be getting bullets, right? So it will be item one, item two, three. And when the same time, when you go for an ordered list, that is LI, and when you give, you can see that it comes with one, two, three numbering. So you can change the bullet circle type equal to circle, type equal to square, round. So there are different formats available. You can go and choose whatever the format of bullets that needs to be. At the same time, here also you can go with the type saying that whether you want to be numbers or you need to be alpha numerical, going with say for example, instead of Roman letters 1 to 3, you go for Roman letters or something like that. Right. Then we have a division. In why do we have this division and said? So division and span can be used in the almost in the same way. Say in this division, I am using multiple paragraphs, right? So for paragraph, I have given a border or I have given a space. Now for the complete division, there are multiple paragraphs coming. In that case, for those multiple paragraphs, I need to apply a style or design. Then it is very easy for me for this by giving division and I am giving a class name for it and using it. That's how it works. Then we have a hyperlink. So hyperlink, whatever we give, so it is a href we give and we close it. So we need to wrap it with a thing so that you get the content. So when I just click on this, you can see that it goes to that particular page, right? So like that we can go here. Next we have uh table content. So table, we said that border equal to 1. So there are many different contents here. So border equal to 1, cell padding equal to 0. So something like this also you can give it so that it can be displayed here. So tr is nothing but row. So every row should start with tr, and we have th, name and age. Say for example, here if I want to give multiple, say I have given name, age, say I am adding some amount here, right? I'll just give it as th amount. Now it is not a amount. Yeah, in amount, I am trying to keep two things. That is one with that is two things I want to keep. One will be the rupees and paise. In that, should have two column span. So th, you give it as call span equal to 2. When you give this, that means it will be merged to the two day. At the same time, if you go for rows, it will be merged for the two rows. So here I can give just it is not related here amount, but still we go with it. And so th, first td I give as say 50, and again I go for and I give 50 rupee 30 paise or something like this. Right. So I'm just copying the same. Okay, I'll just save it to this one thing as well. So just to learn, right? So refresh when I give. So you can see here, it is taking the call span. When I give call span is 2, the amount is getting uh, two columns of it and it is showing as a single column. So we define the call span. Same way, if in case, if you have somewhere where you want to merge these two rows, then you can go for a row span. So that is how we do here. Then in coming for the form attributes. Form, so if you want to get anything from as an input, then you have to use the form attribute, right? So form we have. So then only we would the submit button, everything will work, right? So form action. Action means where this should. So when you press the submit button, where it should go. So I am asking this, it should go to the upload.php the page. So on submit, it will go to that. So just see here, I am just doing the same. And when I press submit, you can see it is. So actually, we have given a validation also. So I'll come to that also. Because of that validation, it is stopping me from submitting it. Okay, so let's see how that validation came. So you can see here text type equal to text. So I'm able to text. ID is there and name I have given and I'm given as required. That means it is mandatory. Say in case if I need to give some text box as mandatory, I give it as required. In that case, it will not allow me to press the submit button until and unless I have filled the columns. So that is there here. Right. Next comes the email. So type equal to email. Same way we have checkbox. We can go for list. We have discussed, no? So checkbox we can give options. We can choose. So like that we can go and do it. So particularly for file. So when we want to file upload, here you can see that the method equal to post. There are two ways of posting the data. One is a post method. Another one is a get method. What is the difference between a post method and get method? Post method, whatever the data that you are sending will not be displayed on the URL. It will happen as an internal process. But when you give a get method, it will be explicitly shown on the URL so that you can view it on the URL itself. Say, for example, if you have a page which is having a get method and displaying on based on the get method, it is fetching the data and showing that you can definitely bookmark the page. Otherwise, it will not be possible for you to bookmark at all. So that is there. And ENC type multi-part form data. This should be mandatory if you are trying to upload a file. If you are not uploading a file, that's okay. But if you are trying to upload a file, if this is not there, your file will not get uploaded. So this is a important thing here. And here we give type and we mention this type also. So here again it comes to HO. So paragraph you can give it href. So there are different ways. We saw that this is a hyperlink, but there are different ways of doing it. When you give target equal to underscore blank, it will open in a new tab. So that is how it works. So second link. So for example, just see here. I'm just refreshing the page and I'm just giving as this. See, the same page is getting loaded with the new page that is nothing but W3 schools. But in this case, just check now, new tab. So a new tab is open. So already the existing page is there. In addition to that, there is a new tab which is opening and which is showing to you. That is how it differs. And next one we have is nothing but a frame. So if we have a frame here, automatically this will page. But now there are many restrictions in this. Many pages don't allow you to do this. See here also, when you give it, you can see it is a index.html page which I have done. So which shows you. But if it is a W3 schools page, so if it's an external page, there is a algorithm now which will block it. It will, you can see that it is trying to open it. I'll just show you. So see, it's trying to open it, but W3 schools is refusing the grant. So actually what they are trying to do nowadays, they don't want their page to be just used within them. So that is the reason they are giving this. So that is it for HTML. So hope you got a basic understanding of this. If you have find some difficulties, you can once again go through this video and you can check it out. Now comes the question part. Be ready. So we'll be going with the question display. And so what you have to do, so just once you see the question, you can type in the chat the correct answer. Correct answer is just a word, right? So whoever gives the correct answer repeatedly first, then we will take them as the first part winner. So now not only this, there are multiple questions will be asked in each session. So after that you will see. So now your question part. Yes, the question is, what is the HTML element used to represent the root of an HTML document and contains the metadata about the document, such a character encoding and linked style sheets? So this is the question. Type your answers in a chat box. Whoever comes first will get it. Yeah, you can go on with the questions. Next, we will go for a CSS. Right. HTML becomes the designing that it has the basic element or basic structure for doing it. Right. So basic structure we have it. And what is the basic structure we have for, or it is a framework which is used for doing it? Good. There is a very good response in answers. There are multiple answers coming in. Thank you very much that you are understood and giving most correct answers. Right. Okay, thank you. So next comes the CSS part. In CSS part, what do? We go with the designing. So we design this page. Like say for example, you want to color the page, you want to give some URLs, you want to give some hyperlinks. When you are going to do with this, you need to go with the designing, and CSS becomes the most. So, like we did for the same way for HTML, here also I have designed a page where we will discuss how it is used and thing. Hope you are liking it, right? So, is it really making you recover? So, we in this short duration, we are trying to make you recollect the things which is done so that it is easy for you to go with the upcoming events, right? Is it clear, no? So here we have different selectors. So type selector, whether we can see, we say this as DOM elements. What we say here is selector is H1. H1 is a tag, paragraph is a tag, division is a tag. So directly we go for a tag selection and we do apply for a CSS, or we apply for a style. That is the first part. Then second class with this, we have a class like function where we define that the class, and for that class we are trying to apply here. Then we go for my class. So it is based on the my class here. Then we have ID wise, say input type equal to, we have seen in that HTML also, no, where we are seeing that ID equal to 5 or ID equal to 6, something like that. We are going by an ID. So we can go by names also. Next one, we have a division. In that division, we have a sub-selector of a paragraph. So in this, we have main selector is division. In that we have, so like that we can go. Then we have an attribute. So based on the text attribute, what you have to do, based if it is an email attribute, how you have to validate it. So like this, there are multiple things which you will be seeing here. Right. Then what we have, we can change the color of the text. We can increase or decrease the font size. What is the font family? Font family is nothing but we choose the font names, right? Usually in a word, if we go, we select a font and we choose the font names, right? So the same thing that we are trying to do, we use a font family, whatever family. And background color is nothing but the complete background of the picture. So that you are trying to keep as a background color. Then width and height of the page. So width and height, if you want to increase, say last time also we saw, no, that image which we have, which we set for width and height. Same way for a paragraph or for a table or something, if you want to set it, we go for a width and height. Then comes margin and padding. So margin is, there are two things. There is one thing is margin. So margin comes with, and say how do you give this margin? Say, for example, if this is your HTML web page, at this corner, if you want to give a thing, what is the margin? Padding. So you have a box. Inside that box, how much spacing, how much there should be gap with the text and with the outer structure. So if you want to give this, that comes the padding. So this is the difference. Don't worry, we have a page which will display that. Then we have going directly with borders, text alignment, left align, center alignment. So everything we can give here. Display we can give position also. So what position we need to fix it if you want to overlap. Then we have a box model. In this box model, what we can do, we just to give a, based on the container concept, based on the padding or based on the margin box, you can go with this. So it will have width, padding, border, margin, you can give it. So these are the certain things we have. We will go with the page now. I'll open a page. So that is nothing but style css.html. So I'm just opening here. So css.html. So this pages we have not applied any CSS or something. So here now we see there is a CSS applied, right? So here, just come here. See, for example, star means just a universal selector. So if you want to universally give something, margin is zero, padding is zero, box sizing is bordered box. So you can see that universally what you are trying to give. So that is what we will be here. Here in body, we give it as font family. Font family means nothing but choosing the font names. In Microsoft Word, when you go for font names, right? So same way you go for font names. This is for a body tag. So what is this? This is applying for the body tag. In this body tag, for what is the format? What is the color of it? So that we give. Now, there is a if there is a header tag, what should be the background? So background color should be some color which you see. This is the color here. So, and this is the background color, this is the foreground color. You can see that the background color is applied for this header tag, and the foreground color is nothing but a white color near which is applied here. And what is the alignment? So it is said to be center. You can see that center. What is the padding? 20 px. See, can you see here? So this is the entire thing of the tag. So this is completely the head. It is giving a 20 px spacing at the top and the bottom, and it is starting. Instead of placing it at the top or down directly, it is taking a 20 space 20 px size, and it is getting displayed. So that is how we go for a padding. So like this, there are many elements there. You can go through it. I'm just discussing some size. So font size you can go for it. So what is the font size? 36 where? What is the margin for it? For a paragraph tag, how you will do? For an anchor tag, how you are going to do? For a navigation tag, for an order list. So these are the things which you can see there. These are nothing but the direct tags here. Now you see dot box. If it is a dot box, what does it mean? It is not a direct tag. It is nothing but a class. So for a class, you are giving a box and using it. So if it is using a class, so how will this look? So I'll show that also. Maybe I'll show here. See, division is the main tag. Here we have a class box. That means it is if box is if applied for this class. Not only for this, say for example, I have a UI element, I have a LI element. Can I apply this class box? Yes, you can apply for this also. So multiple things you can do it with the this. So class can be used for multiple uh, form elements, something like division, H1 for all H1s, for all H2s. You can go with multiple things and do that also. So that is there here. Right. So now we go with this home. Sorry. If you are going with this, you can use it multiple class. What is the advantage? You can use it in multiple places or in multiple form HTML elements. You can use it. So that becomes a class. So how do you represent it class? It will be dot box. So what you get. And if it is a button, button is a direct element, right? So it becomes a direct HTML element where you will be trying to apply it. And that is and here you can see that input type, if it is a text or a email, what you have to do. So like this, there are the different ways which you will be applying a text and different varieties in it. So in this, we have written everything on top of the HTML page. That means it is something within the page. So if it is a very beautiful web page on when we are doing this, this will not work out. We need to keep it a separate page. Don't worry, I will be demonstrating. We are going to create a web page also, right? So we will be creating a web page and we will be seeing it. So actually, I'll show you what is the page that we are going to do also for you. So without using any themes or templates, so we are trying to build this page, right? See how neat it looks. So within a short time. So actually, if you take more time, it is okay. But we are trying to do this within a very short time. In that case, so how beautifully we can do and how we can use the ChatGPT and do this also, we will be seeing here, right? So that is the thing. Hope you got it. Now comes your question part. Be ready with the question. So this So for the last thing, the questions, these were the questions I was trying to give it. The answer is head tag is the right answer for it. So whoever have given head tag, congrats for all of you. And we will give you the winners at the end of this session, right? So, okay, we'll see the winners at the end. Now comes the CSS question. Which CSS property controls the spacing between the content and border of an element? So I repeat, which CSS property controls the spacing between the content and the border of an element? Okay, start typing in your chat box. The first entry will be recorded. And it's a healthy competition. Don't see that I am not winning an M. So it is just a healthy competition, and we are trying to learn here. That is much important. Go with answers. Okay, I'm getting answers. Good, 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 super. Okay, hope happy to see you all typing there. Okay, next, let's go to the next part. Okay, Java. Next part is Java. So wait, only two more to go. Java, and we will be discussing on Git. After that, we will be going for the actual ChatGPT and doing it. ChatGPT sometimes it takes this evening hours. It will not work. So I have kept ready everything for you, so you can easily watch out how I have given the prompt and how it is working. Right. So okay, in Java, what is Java? So here what you can see is in CSS or HTML, you don't have the option of writing a program. You cannot write a logic. But at the same time, the JavaScript logic is client side. That means the execution happens at the front end. Where does the execution happens? The execution happens at the front end. That means if you right click and go for view source, all the page content will be displayed. So you should not write very important business logic at this part, right? So this everything is happening in the front end. So what we have, so this is a programming language, right? Not like a HTML or a CSS. CSS we are designing, and for HTML we go for that framework that is actually nothing but the skeleton of the page, right? So HTML is the skeleton of the page, and CSS is something like the flesh of the page. So this is how you have to relate. HTML gives you the skeleton, and CSS gives the flesh, giving colors, doing this. And JavaScript, what is it? It is giving life to that page. You can animate, you can do validations, more validations. This gives a life. This is the real coding part here. But one thing you should be very cautious is that this content, whatever is you are giving as a logic part, it can be copied by anyone, because if you go and right click and go for view, the page content, everything is there. So what will be in a normal programming language? Everything comes, whether it is C++ or go for .NET or C sharp, whatever may be, everything comes into picture, like variables, data types, what kind of data types we have, what are the operators that so the arithmetic operators, comparison operators, conditional statements, loops. So I don't think you need much here. Just I'm giving a, so conditional statements will be there, loops will be there, functions you have. So why do we go for functions? Say for example, if you want to use it multiple times, right? Say for example, if you are writing a calculator program and for addition or multiplication of thing, if you know want to use it, then you can go for functions, right? So arrays of objects we go when we use objects. So like this, there are different ways, different things that you need to be here. Then we have a event driven. So this is JavaScript, especially runs for a front end page. Then event driven. What is a event driven? So event driven means nothing but when you click mouse click. So there are different elements for it for mouse click, because it was specially designed for a web application. It has different, say on mouse click, so on mouse over and mouse up down, so left click, right click. So like this, like when you give this, it has a different options can be done at the same. When you give a right click, what should happen? So you go for a copy. So what you can do, say for example, if you don't want the content of the page to be taken by anyone, so what will they do? They will right click and view page source, right? So there are multiple ways of doing it, but anyway, so this is one. So you can block the right click using this, and at the same time when he is going to close the window, you want to ask him, wait, why are you closing it? there is something important I need to say. You can give some message or do like this. So those things also can be done here. So that's why we go for that's the where event comes into question. Then comes DOM manipulation. What is DOM manipulation? So, like in previous discussion also, I said, say for example, for a particular division tag or particular for a tag, maybe for a H1 tag, or maybe for H1 having a name tag, having an ID or something like that. In that case, if you want to give something, go into something and do it, then you go for a DOM. Then we have stringers, numbers, we have Boolean logic. So that was particular to this HTML friend. So that's why I discussed little bit detail on elements and DOM. Okay, strings, you know it. Normally, numbers, you know, Boolean logics, decision finding, error handling, you know it, scope, closure, asynchronous. So what is here? Asynchronous. Hope this also you know, but asynchronous is nothing but synchronous and asynchronous, which happens instantly and which which happens at the back end. So you are trying to do something in the back end and doing this. So that is a different thing. So that will be also there. So asynchronous, and we have a JSON passing also. So usually what happens, we pass the data. So from backend, we get the data in a JSON format, which is the standard format. When it is a JSON format, what you do, you go with the JSON format and you are trying to take the data, fetch the data. Say, for example, you are getting a username, user profile, so name it. So JSON is the most recognized format for a REST APIs. When you go for REST APIs, it mostly goes for JSON format. You may ask a question: will just REST API can give only JSON data? No. It can give XML, it can give stringer, and many such formats is possible. But nowadays, the universally accepted or universally easily consumable format, if you take, JSON becomes the most consumable and most used widely. So that's why it is there. Okay, then comes date and time. So here, this is one point I want to explain here also. What is date and time? Say it is a client script. So if it is a server script, what is a server script? If the execution happens at the back end, we call it as a server script. And if the execution happens at the front end, we call it as a client script, right? JavaScript is a client script. That means if you ask for date and time, it will show the execution time of your system. What is the date and time present in your system? That will only it will show. But same, if you are taking a PHP or if you are taking a Python, execution happens at the back end. So it will return the time which is from the server. So that is that. Then comes regular expression. This is a normal. What is a regular expression? Expression means if some of you are new to regular expression is nothing but we say for example, we how do we evaluate a email ID in a form? So what we say that first type will be the name, which will happen with an @ symbol, then it will go with the domain name, and it will have a .com or .net or something. So these are the parts that so you need to have a dot operator, you need to have an @ operator. So these things are mandatorily and at least one text in this. So like this, if you want to analyze, say for example, if you take a PAN card and we are trying to see, PAN card has a clear string, right? So it has a title, I mean, how much number of characters is defined. In email, you cannot specify the number of characters, but in PAN card validation, you can give for a also go for the string length also. So like that, if you want to evaluate, then regular expression comes into the part, right? Next one is type conversion. This is a normal programming. Any programming, you have a type conversion, then strict mode, then document object model. We have browser APIs, that is normal. So modular. So those things we have. Now coming to the answer, that CSS question which we had, the answer was padding. In addition to this, I was trying to give some more questions also, but just you can see the questions and get the answers. So if you want to change the background color or if you want to keep the time. So that is that. Thank you for your participation. Many of you gave the right answer padding. Thank you for it. Okay. Next, we will go for a Git basic discussion. So why do we go for a Git? What is so HTML? We say it is a skeleton. CSS becomes flesh. JavaScript gives life to the web page, right? So those things we saw. Now, what is Git? Git is something that if you want to keep the versioning, say for example, you are developing a website or you want to share the code with multiple persons, then multiple modules you are trying to split, and if you want to merge them into together, then you need to have it, right? So for those things and versioning also, say for example, you have built a structure, basic structure, you have come across with a logic, and now you want to modify the logic. In that case, what will it happen? So if you are trying to modify the logic and use it, use it, you may mess up the actual code. Then it will become very difficult for you to go what you typed in the earlier stage. But every time if you try to commit and do this, it becomes very easier for you for or merging the code or going for the previous version or something like that. So that becomes very easy for you, right? So that is that. So that is the place where Git is a versioning thing which helps you for looking back, going to the previous, or going usually sharing the code with more number of persons, or getting codes from multiple things, making splitting the project into modules and making multiple persons to work on it. So like this, things can be done in Git. So that's why it's Git is very important. Git is very important for your projects, whichever you do. That means it becomes easy for you to see how you have developed, what changes you have done, where you made a major mistake, which is not even coming for the previous thing. So those things. Now let's go dive into the basics. So next here is git init. So this is the first command which we give when we want to give a new initialize a new git repository. We give its git init and git clone. Say for example, already you have created a repository and it is from a git. You want to clone it to it. Then you go for a git clone and do that also. So those things will be. Then git add. Say what is add? So add means there are mainly things. So first you do a modification. When the modification is done to your code, what it will show? It will, when you give git status, it will show that the code has been modified. That means it is not in the previous stage, something new has been modified. Okay. Now, if you want to merge to your thing, what you have to give? You need to add that file to the git. So git add if you give, so that will get added. Then you have to give a commit command so that you can give a message in it saying that what is this commit up? Say, for example, you are doing an initial setup and doing that. Then what you can do, you can go for an initial setup. When you go for an initial setup and do this, you can go for, sorry, 1 minute. Yeah. If you want to, sorry, what we were discussing? Ah, yeah, git clone. Sorry, call came and I got distracted. Sorry for it. Yeah. So git clone we have git or add what we do. We want to add a file, a new file. So actually if here, if it is for a new file also, you will be giving add. And at the same time for any existing file, you have done some modification. Then also it will show it as some changes are there. Then to commit it, you have to give it with git commit minus m. Whatever the message you give, it will get committed. So when you take a log and check, you can see what are the commits that you have made. So I'll show this also, and don't worry. Then we will give git status check. We will do that status. If anything is not committed or if anything is modified, you can check that. In git log you can see the complete version, from which version it went to which version. So that is there. And git difference is what is, say for example, you are comparing a page with another page, what is the difference? So what was the new change that you want, that you have done? So if you want to check the new changes alone, then you can go for a git difference and you can check what is the difference. And git branches, we are creating multiple branches. How this works? This works as a branching. See how this branch concept in git works is, say you are develop something and it is something like a main branch, and main branch you are taking a branch called a. So from main branch, say m is a main branch, and from that main branch you are taking a branch called a. What was the code, what was the content of the main branch, that alone will be there in the new branch a. at the time of taking it. Say, after that you have added some more content in the main branch. Will that code will be in the A branch also if you ask? No. So whatever the branch will be there is only at the when it was in the at the time of getting it, at the time of creating the branch, whatever is that, that alone will be in there. If there is new changes, that will not be up there in the new branch. Yeah. So like this, we can create multiple branches for it. And at the same time, in that branch, you can work out separately, a separate module, and you can merge it with the main branch whenever is needed. You need to merge it also. Only if you merge the branch, you will get it. So to create a new branch, we have git branch, branch name. Next one, git checkout branch name, switch to a different branch. So actually this, if you are not created, branch, and if you directly give it like this, if the branch is not exist does not exist means it will create a new branch and go for it also. So that is also possible with the checkout. So that is that. Next we have git merge, merging. So you have created a branch, you're working something, say for example you are correcting something there, and after that you want to merge to the main thing. Can it possible? Yes, we merge it. So then only it will come to the master branch or main branch. Then git pull, some code is in the repository and you want to pull it to your local system, then you go for a git pull. And something is in your local code, you want to push it to the repository so that others can make use of it, you can go for git push. Git remote, so what is remote? So which branch, which repository are you connected? If you give git remote minus v, you will get the details saying to which repository you are connected. So those things can be there. Then git fetch, if you want to fetch anything from that, that also can be done. Then comes git remote add. So if you want to add a new branch or you have created a local repository, now what you are trying to, you need to connect it to a branch from a remote thing. So then give it as git remote add and do this. Don't worry, we will show this also. And other things is, say for example, remove files, reset, you want to go for previous logs. So there are multiple logs will happen at this. And if you want to go to that previous stage and use it also, you can go for it. So that is there. Then comes git stash. So you have modified some change and you don't want to have it. You want to destroy it or you want to clean it or you want to keep it for a future reference. Then you can go for git stash. Git stash will give a ID and you can apply it at the later stage also. So that is possible. Then git tag show. There is a config global. So these things are there in the git. So now comes the question part. Be ready. Hope you're getting the revision right. Is it clear? So you're getting things linking with whatever we have read, right? Yeah. So question. What git command is used to create a new branch? I repeat the question. What git command is used to create a new branch? Start typing your answers in the chat. So now we have covered the basics. We will go with the ChatGPT in developing a fresh page and doing it, right? So we'll give just a 2 minutes gap so that everybody completes the answer. Yes, thank you. Many of you are answering it. Good, good, good. Yeah, thank you for the good participation. Yeah, so now we'll go to the main thing. So what is it? We are trying to build. So we have learned this. We are trying to build this in a website. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to create a wireframe for a website. So what will be a wireframe? So many of you are still answering. So let's wait for one more minute. Yeah, thank you. So which will start with the next very anxiously expecting session. So wireframe. So wireframe for a website. So how do you create? So when we are trying to create a website, what is that we need to create a wireframe, right? So that is what we'll have three main divisions. Head section will be there. Then we go for a social media link. That head section we will have three divisions, something like social media link, a menu bar, and a banner image. So a banner image which will try to scroll. Just imagine, no, the head section will have this social media link will be there, and a menu bar will be there. Then a body we will have about us content. Then we have services content. Then we have a testimonial content. In footer we will have contact form, address, Google Map. So this is what we will have. So I'm going to ChatGPT. So I have already given the content. So sometimes at the peak hours it will not work. So I'll just see whether, yeah. So this is the prompt, right? So I'll go from the start. I'm going for a start. Yeah. See, so this is something we are using an AI tool, right? And you should keep in mind when you are using an AI tool, it is having very less knowledge, or you need to be very clear. There should not be any ambiguous statement saying that what is you're not missing out. So what will it end up? How pages will get displayed? So I've already given the prompt because at this peak times, usually it will be very slow and you will not be able to go in detail. So that's why I have kept all the prompts ready for you so that how you give the prompts and you don't worry, I will share the prompts with you also. See here, what I have given, need to build a HTML website from scratch. So this is what I have said, which has three main divisions like head, 20%. So in the wireframe, we said no that head will have 20%, body part is 60%, and a footer 20%. See how detailed I am specifying it. Head will have three divisions. So head will have three divisions. One three divisions, a social media link, 10%. 10% of it will be social media link, and menu bar will be 30% of it, and image banner 60%. Body has four divisions, maybe three divisions, say 30 30. I did divide. So testimonial and footer page having three vertical divisions. So here I want to give that vertical division. So I just show here what is my expectation. So I'm coming from the this. So contact us page will have three divisions. So this should be vertical. So this is my expectation and how I am given the prompt also. So I'll share this prompt also with you. Okay. So when I gave this, it has given me a code. I'm just copying it. Nothing special here. I'm copying it and I'm creating a page. Maybe I'll create a new folder here. Demo. Okay. So in this demo, I will save the file. So in this demo, new file, say index.html is the page name. So where it says in the demo, it is index all files, create file, right? So what I'm trying to do, I'm just copying the code and pasting here. So what happens? Just see it. I'm opening in a separate page. Next.html. Okay. See, so this is the output of the page. So what it has given. So what is the prompt? See, the prompt we have seen is it should be having a three main divisions. So in wireframe also you might have seen, right? So what we said in the wireframe, three main division, head, body, footer, head having social media menu, about a service testimonial and this. So see here how it has given. So it has given us, it has recognized this. Here it has portfolio is an additional thing which is given. I've removed it. Okay. So this is it. So this needs to be vertically done. Okay. Now the thing is, this is okay. I need vertical, but these things I need to keep it in the next, right? So about us should be the first page. I mean the division. Below about us there should be a portfolio. Below that should be service. Below that should be testimonial. So at the same way, this also. So it has not satisfied my expectation, right? So now I restructure it. So just see what I try to do. So I'm just changing this prompt. See, need to build has three main divisions, head, footer. In this, it should be a horizontal division. So I specify it has not understood. Here I have given vertical division in the previous prompt. So I'll show here also. So in the previous prompt, you can see that I have used this vertical division here, but I have not mentioned any horizontal division here. So I tried to give horizontal division and do it also. Now it has given me a code. I'm just copying this and pasting here. I'm just replacing it. See what happens. Okay. See, nothing has changed. It is remaining in the same format. No change. What is the thing? It has not understood what I mean by horizontal or vertical. So that is the problem here. So I have redefined my prompt. See what I give now. It is much better or very clear. So what I do in this, I give menu bar height should be 30% and this height should be 60%. So now it understands it is not about this, it is about height. So it should come one below the other. In body, it should have, again, I give for 20%. And here it is a vertical. Here, instead of height, I give it as width, right? Now, let's see what it has given me. So don't think that why I'm not doing it live. Hope if you are using ChatGPT, morning it will be fast and evening US on that Silicon Valley people are very much there. They will be using too much, right? And it becomes overloaded. It will not work in the evenings. Usually that is the problem. I'm going with this. Don't worry, I'll give the prompts, everything to you so that you can check it out in the morning time when you have. See, this is what my expectation is. Now it has completely satisfied my expectation. So what is it? There should be a social media link first thing. Second should have a menu bar. Next part should be my image banner. Next is about portfolio services testimonial. And last footer which should contain a contact form as well as map and address. So this is my expectation. My expectation of a wireframe is now currently fully satisfied. Do you get it? So this is the full expectation which is has been satisfied now. Got it. So it has satisfied. Now we are so I am building from the bottom so that I need don't need to scroll multiple times and do that adjustment sort of. So that is the reason I'm doing from the bottom so that it's easy for us to see instantly without scrolling. So that is the reason I go from the bottom to top to see that. Right. So that is the approach I have used. Now, okay, this is done. Now, what is this? I'm going to do with the this part. What is it? In my footer, contact us form I want to fill. So that is my next objective. So need to create a form in the contact part which has an input name, email, and mobile and comment and comment. So this is it. Instantly it gave me a form. So here it has added a CSS. Right. It has added a style sheet also. And with that style sheet, it has given a form. So I'm just copying this form content. So this is the part, right? So I'm just copying it. So in the contact form, I'm just replacing it. So I replaced it. Now just see, I'm refreshing it. You can see that it has given something. So it is just a skeleton HTML, but the flesh and the blood here we say is CSS that we have not done. So I will create a fresh file and link it also. But maybe for the first time I'll give it here itself. So what I need to do, I need to copy this style sheet. So style I am copying it. Excuse me. So now I have saved this, opening here, refreshing it. See how beautiful it has changed. So this is how, like this, you get a beautiful content starting from here. Next, what I have done, so contact us done. Next, I need to give the address content and so on, right? So that is the next thing. So I'll make it fast. So I given this, I'll share that complete folder files to you so that you can make use of it also with the prompts. So I'm just showing you how it is changed. See here footer, how did it do this? See in HTML, so I'm just explaining here for you. So it has created a content form. This is nothing but a class, which is text align is taken as left and padding is 20 px. So form input margin bottom is 15 px it has taken. So input, if it is taking, it should be a 15 px and text area, it should height be, should be 150 and the submit button. So in this form, you can see we have a form action post class form input. So this is what dot form input we saw, no? So this is for applied for this. So like this, it goes on, right? So the complete content is there here. So next what I do, I want to label, keep the label and input in the same line. So I just give it in the same line. But after that, I was seeing that it was better doing it. So I didn't go for it. So this automatically changed. So what is the advantage? You can add on top of it also. So address. So it has given me an address. I have given the address and I am asking it to fill it with the same. See what it has done. For address, it has kept a separate here address details. For address details, it has added this. And here you can see it has given a paragraph. So paragraph will be there and in paragraph each paragraph, so it has taken as a each paragraph. You can go for a line break also, you can go with a paragraph also. So like that there are multiple things can be done here. So actual output is nothing but this is the output which it gives, final output which is done. So image scrolling, everything, animation, everything is asked from here only. So I'm just showing you, not going fully in detail because at this time this code will not work. That is the reason the prompt will not work at this moment. Right. So next, I need to set a dark yellow border at the top of header. So what is it doing? See, it is just adding border top for the header. It is giving a border top 2x solid color. Can you see here? I'm just showing. You can see this yellow color right here. This yellow color. This yellow color is nothing but it is getting from the footer. At the same time, in the bottom also you can see that there is a thing here. So that's how it has created. So you can see here for the header it has added at the border top and footer it has given as the border dot bottom. So actually it should be, it was a mistake. It should be not top, it should be bottom. So if you see the actual code, I will show that also. For this, we have CSS style or CSS. See, here I have changed border top is there for a header, and for footer, I might have changed it to see border bottom. So like this, certain times it will not give the exact code also. You need to do a little bit of fine tuning and making it right. So that is also much needed at this point. So this is how you need to find it. And see, instead of keeping this, I have kept it as a different page and see here also. So this different page and I have linked here. See here. What is it? Yeah. Here index. So I have linked the page called style.css so that it is linked to this particular content also. So that is how it is done here. See how to link. If you can go for that command also, ask it how to link. It gives you the thing. Next we have a HTML. Okay, this is we are done. Next we are asking. See, actually I need to create a horizontal scrolling and each card has two parts. So this is for the testimonial. Testimonial is nothing but on this part. See this part. I want to have an image as well as there should be a text and it should have a two part. That is my expectation. What is the percentage thing? So you get the code with this also and see it gives it for the animation content also. I need to auto scroll left every 2 seconds and looping the cards. This is how I have given the prompt. See now it have created the JavaScript code also. So where is this JavaScript code kept? It is kept in the footer. So when you keep in the footer, what will happen? Why should we keep this in the footer? You can keep this in the footer or you can link this by creating a new file and adding here also. In our case, if you see, I might have linked it. I have not used directly. So you can see here, I might have given style dot. I'll show you. Just scrolling down. See, I have given a separate called script src script.js so that I have kept all my scripts separately like this. So this is the best way of doing things. So keep the style sheet separately, keep the script file separately, images in an image folder. Like that you can do. See, not even a single code I have written. Maybe that small mistakes when it makes, we can go for it. Otherwise, everything is taken from the ChatGPT. Now, scrolling is not happening, I said. So it says apologize. So very important here is you can use ChatGPT as a friend when you are asking, hey, you said something, it's not working, what to do? So it will correct and give you the code also. So previously that scrolling was not working. So it has restructured and give me a new code which works for it. It has set a timer, it is given a scrolling, and that works out for me. So like this, everything is got from here. I'll share that HTML page also, final that page, that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript page, and at the same time see here. So what is it? So the complete page is developed one from here. Not even a single code is typed, right? So yellow tin border. So this is nothing but the service part. I want 6 cards to be added and give a yellow tin border for it. See how beautifully it has given this. So after that, for beautifying, I have added two more things so that it looks better. So equally distributed, there is a tag. So this is how. Then for about us also having this split division, nothing has typed. I have not typed a single code. Just I have asked everything for the chat GPT to do. Whatever you ask, in the correct prompting, it will try to give you. So here, I need a service card that is square in size and aligned center with three cards in a row. So this is how I said that it should be centered and should have three cards. But after that, I have changed it to four cards just for beautifying and showing you. So there is a small changes I have done it. So need service card height same as width. So you can see here. So it give me a long card, but I want to keep it as a square. So same as width. So this is how you engineer prompting. So when you give this prompting, it is changing here, right? Then comes, okay, about us part. So two parts having two columns with border left and 20 px of padding containing the image and other part. So this is how beautifully it has done it. See, it has created two part about us part and the thing, and it has given an alignment. So it has given a border also. See there beautifully that it is structured a small yellow border also. You can give any template and do it also. It's up to you. But just for a short understanding how things works, how easy is use ChatGPT and make things. Then that is a image banner. So I am trying to give a banner, right? So here, so which is automatically scrolling. So here it has created that image banner, three image banners, and it has also given me a JavaScript which helps me to scroll. Right. So here, maybe this one point I will emphasize. So what we do is a constant we have given document query selector. That means it is taking that image banner slider. This is what it is taking from the DOM element of the ID and it is doing. So here it is writing a function which is setting a time out delay, and if it is zero slide, it stops for a while and starts once again. That's all. What is the time interval? It is nothing but 5 seconds. 1 second is represented as 1,000 here. So that's how it is done. Then comes the once my image banner. So need text on top of each image. See, actually, I have done in that also. You can see that. See, at each text, each image, there is a text coming here. So yeah, on mouse up, whether it should stop, I can stop it also. So when I bring it to there, it should stop. I can ask that. So if you ask that, automatically for mouse over, it will stop it. So like this, you can create anything. Just give correct prompts. Explain it in detail. What is your requirement? That is very much important. If you explain it in detail, it will definitely help you, right? So stop for a 1 second. I have modified it to stop for a 1 second. So that's it. So like this, you can now it comes the menu part. In this menu part, I want to give what is that page title. See, actually, I have given us name as a demo web page, and after that it should have a menu which these are the menus about service testimonials. When you specify this very clearly, so automatically it has given a demo web page as the logo. It has created logo. For this logo, it has also created a CSS. You can see that header menus how you need to design. So everything is created. You can just copy paste and do these things in 45 minutes or half an hour. You are ready to build a complete website, right? Next comes the social media part. So where I have given these details, I have given the font changes and all. So and then this is the final output. Maybe it is not so beautiful if you ask me, but much better than normally what we do, and much very short time. So if you are a programmer, if you know the basics, you can easily fine tune this into much better format. So here see how things are done. Everything is done very simple and you can get it right. So that is what I want to explain you. Hope you enjoyed all the sessions. Was it clear? Any doubts? Did you really enjoy the session? If you need to have a separate session on ChatGPT working live, we will keep a session in the morning so that I will demonstrate this in the live. So at this time, this will not work. Hope many of you have used ChatGPT, right? So you know this. Yeah, got it. So next, the answers. It is for Git, it is Git branch name. So this is the answer for it. And we'll try to go for winners announcement. Just give me a minute. So, as per things, actually, Akshay Kumar has given two right answers and he has come in very fast. So, the winner of this session is Akshay Kumar. So, Akshay Kumar, please, you know my mobile number, I think. Just share your full address with me. I will be sending the gift courier to you instantly after completing this session. Thank you all for your participation and the winner of this session is Akshay Kumar. So just send me your complete details and do this. So it is not just only one or something like that. We want you to make participate and hope you enjoyed this session. Yeah. So that's all about this session. Okay. Now the hackathon part, right? So you had some questions on hackathon. So what hackathon will do and what will you will be having here. So in hackathon, what we have is you have start from the level one. So level one discussion, whatever we say, HTML we saw CSS, JavaScript, Git, Docker, software testing basics we saw, and also we saw something like SQL, right? So this was the training in the L1. Those will be there. And in addition to it, L2, you have a domain specific training, right? What you learned specific to that particular domain. So those will be also a part of it. So both that those two parts will be there in it. This combinedly you will be writing in hackathon. Hackathon is not a individual event. So it is, hackathon is an individual event. What we will be doing here is you will be given same iMooka platform which we have. And after this iMooka platform, what is that? You have that multi-choice questions, you have that coding part. So all that will be there. So in level one questions also will be asked, in level two questions also will be asked, and as well as there will be a coding part also. So coding part also will be there in that thing, right? Now, so level one HTML CSS also will be there. Level two part will level two whatever stream. Now, say for example, if you are from a software testing part, what will be that? Who in what language you have to? If you are a software tester, you can answer the logical question in Java, in Python, in C++. You have a choice. You can go for any of this and answer the questions for software tester. For others, if you are trained in Java, you should definitely take the session. You should do the coding only in Java, then only we will evaluate your paper, otherwise you will be rejected. This is the flexibility only for a software tester, right? Now things are clear. So hackathon will happen on 10th, the dates. So this will be the last live session before hackathon. After that, we will go for other trainings and thing, not this. So that will be the later part. Then, what else? 10th and first three winners will be announced on Monday after having a discussion with you. So discussion, why that discussion, why it's not? So you need to join us. So then only you will be awarding. So that discussion we will be having here, and you will be there. So those things we will discuss, and based on the discussion, we will display the results. And after that, we will keep a cutoff, and based on the cutoff, we will ask you to come to our premises for a interview. So first three prizes will be there. First prize is 1 lakh cash award. Second prize, it is an inter-college competition. That was also many questions whether it is college to college. No, it is an inter-college competition where you will be given totally three prizes. First prize will be 1 lakh cash award. Second prize will be, and he will be having a CTC of 10.5 CTC. Second prize will be 50,000 cash award, and his CTC will be 8 lakhs. Third prize is 25,000, and his CTC will be 7 lakhs. For others, we will keep a cutoff, and you will be given offer. We will, after the interview is completed, you will be given an offer letter of six. Hope we have answered. There may be some changes as per the particular on that particular event. After the event or on that the event, the company has the authority of changing something which is needed also based on the requirement. So yeah, is it all clear? Any doubts still on hackathon? Once again, I repeat in short, hackathon will be an inter-college competition, and there will be three winners. That is first prize, second prize, and third prize. It first prize will be 1 lakh cash award with CTC 10.5. Second prize will be 50,000 with a CTC of 8, 8 lakh, and third prize will be 25,000 with a CTC of 7 lakhs. And after that, we will keep a hackathon marks cut off, and we will call you for a personal interview in our premises for giving you an for after your clearing your interviews, you will be taken for a 6 lakh package. So this is how it is there. And syllabus L1, L2. For software testing alone, you have a flexibility to write in Java or Python or C++. It is an individual event. Level 2 exam is already done. You have got the results also, I think. Yeah, interview will be happen in the same week. Maybe we are planning it on 15, 16. So after this hackathon, 15, 16, 17 could be an interview session. What is the CTC? Again, coming to the same. So actually, CTC again, I go. First prize, hackathon winner, first prize will get 10.5. Second prize winner will get 8 lakhs. Third prize winner will get 7 lakhs. And all others will be taking, not for all others, based on your interview performance. We will take you. There will be a cutoff on this, and based on the cutoff and based on your interview, you will be given offer letters for 6 lakh. No, no separate prices based on domains and all. It is an group event. And date of interview, I said no, it will be approximately on 15, 16, and 17, approximately. I mean, sorry, 13, 14, and 15. Sorry, the 10th is the hackathon, it is Sunday, right? 11th, maybe the first, second, third prize winners will be announced. 13, 14, 15, we will have the interview most probably. We are trying to have it, the interview on 13, 14, 15. Yeah, thank you. Hope You enjoyed the session? If you enjoyed the session, please give your comments that it was really useful. Do you need to build a website? No. It is only a logical part. So this we are trying to build a website using the things you have learned to make you much engaged or to make you much easily. So what is the end? You need to build a website, right? So if it is for your personal learning or your helping someone or your personal development, if you need to build it at the end, a website using this, then only it is really worth. So to make that happen, that's why we try to build a website every time so that you start seeing how things are done. You are in the same picture. All are coming into the same picture and doing. No, it is not 5.5, it is 6 lakh package. It's not 5.5, it is 6 lakhs. Okay, for other questions, please, no negative marks. No negative marks will be there. Yeah. So for other questions, please contact your placement officer so that you will get more details. So that duration and hackathon details we have already sent. Somnath has sent so much times in the chat, I think. Just check it out. Okay. Thank you very much. All the best for your hackathon. Thank you all. Thank you for participating. And the winner, please send your uh, address details one to one to me so that I will be sending your gifts instantly. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow itself, you will be getting the gift. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Bye. Hope you enjoyed this session.